Hi, this is Taylor Taranto with EoR News exclusive. It's kind of a rehash of previous episode. Today, well, actually, I should probably go through all of it. Yeah, as of today, which is April 3rd, 2023. John Sullivan, another exclusive on John Sullivan. We have a couple updates. Again, he has reiterated, this wasn't to me, this was a conversation I overheard from his cell to another cell. We're here at DC Gulag, DC jail. He's, again, told people he's a CIA agent. I had nothing to do with this conversation. He reiterated to someone else that he's a CIA agent, that he's going to get out of here soon, really soon. He's been recording, it's just an overview, he's been recording everything that he hears and sees, and he's going through all sorts of manic, depressing, bipolar mood swings. The other day he was screaming that he was going to kill himself, and he wanted to die, and he hoped he died. Then today, or actually the other day after that, in the middle of that, he was suddenly perked up, had some good news apparently, and now he's telling everybody that he's going to get out of here really soon. He's been citing a couple other January 6th cases, like Q Shaman. He said that, like Q Shaman, he's going to get out early, so an early release of sorts, in which he described Q Shaman, which is Jacob Chansley. Jacob Chansley's early release was he got out because of state security reason. So I thought that was fascinating, that he had some knowledge about that, and that's apparently why he's going to get out soon too, state security reasons. So we don't actually have to believe John Sullivan is a CIA agent, even if he says he does. But here's some interesting factoids. The CIA recruits pathological liars that are psychopathic, manipulating narcissists. His family has reported that he is a narcissist for certain. The CIA does do a lot of recruiting for these types of people. Doesn't mean he's necessarily a CIA agent. He has reported in the past, when I asked him if he and Ashley Babbitt knew each other, and if he knew that Ashley Babbitt was a government-controlled operative agent, in which he immediately replied to me that they're both CIA agents. So unprompted, I didn't ask him if they were both CIA agents. I asked him if he or she was a CIA agent. He just simply says this stuff. So he went out to speak with a lawyer the other day, brought a bunch of papers with him, possibly papers that he's, writing up about all the things and events that are going on here, people's names, all sorts of information. He's talked about how he hears things and sees things that he's not privy to. So I've done a couple tests in here where I say something that he can't hear, then he reports it back to me. So someone's informing him something. He's acting as an informant. He's definitely said as much. God, this guy, he is a real piece of work. He's been bragging all day that he's getting out. So a couple days prior, he's been bragging about he's getting out of here. He's not worried about his full sentencing, which is just days away. So I'm not either. I'm not worried about it. He can do whatever he wants. I just don't think he's all as bright as he says he is. He tells us he's very smart, but it's just narcissistic talk, and I'm not impressed by any of his antics. I don't think anyone is in here. People are actually more concerned about their safety when they're around this guy, because he's bullying, intimidating. He against people all the time, all around him, to intimidate them, to threaten them. He's continually done these, what we can call pathological type occurrences where, he has threatened, and continually, the more I report that he's threatened, he becomes more and more dodgy with it, and does more veiled threats towards people, including myself, and mostly me. He doesn't like that I'm reporting about this stuff. He doesn't like that, and I think he's actually been sent here to specifically do these things. So, he's made it very, very obvious throughout the entire time he's been here. So, what he's up to, he says what he says, he means what he says, and so, it's up to you if you want to believe what I'm reporting that he's said about being a CIA agent. As far as Ashley Babbitt, he said these things when I asked him if they knew each other, because he kind of gives himself away through his rehearsed monologues that he's said over and over and over again, all over the place, and nobody believes it. So, but the media tends to go along with it. There's this operation called CIA Operation Project Mockingbird, in which the CIA has infiltrated the Associated Press, a bunch of other news networks. Now everyone says it's fake news, and so, these are the people that defend John Sullivan in as much as they can. Obviously, they're not reporting any of the things, but now the press has done a lot to protect the CIA and its operatives over the years, to include not addressing them as CIA agents or former CIA agents, or, sometimes as experts. So, you'll see that, but you'll never see them really saying this unless it's in the headline, or they're not in the middle of a covert operation. That's a better way of putting it. So, gosh, I had so much more to say than this, but it's really up to you if you really want to believe it or not. Obviously, these people don't have a clue as to what they're up against. So, I'm putting myself in quite a bit of jeopardy reporting these things to you, and I just kind of learned to ignore that. So, however, these guys can't. They can't ignore it. They listen to the show. They hope to God it doesn't become popular, or they do a lot of things to make sure it doesn't become popular, or, make it seem like I'm credible. So, doing entertainment and doing humor alongside these people for a very long time to discredit we've been at war for a while here. It's an information war. Anyways, a lot of stuff will come to light here in the coming days that kind of makes it easier to digest some of the things I've been suggesting and saying. But for now, take it as you will. Obviously, nothing's going to change because of the audience that I'm reaching, but at this point. That's not to say that things can change or will change. Let's see here. What else can I say without going too far? Well, John isn't the smartest guy, and a lot of people have abandoned him. And he thinks he's getting out, and the odds are, if he gets out, something might happen to him. So, if he does get sentenced and shipped off, he's going to be facing a lot of uphill battle. He's obviously pretending to write a book. I don't know how much it's going to help him, or his handlers will allow to get it out. So, but he is certainly throwing he's reckless, throwing a lot of this stuff to the wind. Total disregard. He doesn't really know, the thing is, he doesn't really know a lot of stuff, and so I think they're allowing him to say a lot of the things that he's saying and get away with it. He's also doing this whole, I might be mentally insane kind of thing to see what he can get away with. And unfortunately, criminally insane does not prohibit you from going to prison. So, I mean, he certainly knows what he's doing. And, I'm not the expert on if he's capable of standing trial, but he's already faced the trial and he's made it through just fine. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. John Sullivan, his sentencing is later this month. Look alive for that one. The press will be reporting some of that, but obviously not in depth. They don't have the angle I have. They certainly weren't there for Ashley Babbitt's fake shooting, stage shooting. You got to remember, the CIA is in the business of overthrowing world governments, and they certainly had a hand in January 6th. I have lots of evidence concerning this stuff. Currently, this is the tip of the iceberg kind of thing, and John is safer in here than he is out there. That's for damn sure. They would certainly take him out of this game if they put it in. But the thing is, nobody's playing with him. So the courts have a lot of time on their hands, and I'm sure they're going to give him some. So whatever happens, happens. But he is certain, he is absolutely certain he's going to be getting away with a lot of this shit, and he says as much. So as much as you want to believe, in the meantime, until all this is made really, really, really obvious, you don't have to believe it. Just reporting what's going on here. I'm not telling you any of this stuff. He's telling me this stuff. He's telling everybody this stuff. But more will...
You have 1 minute remaining.
More will certainly be coming out, and that's what they are most afraid of. Is they're not afraid of jettisoning John Sullivan or a few other bad apples in their conquest to get Trump. In fact, John has said as much. He says, if that doesn't work out for him, all these plans don't work out for him, that Trump is going to pardon him. And he has specifically said that he doesn't give a fuck about Trump. He thinks he's a white supremacist, and he doesn't give a fuck. And so he's certain that he's getting out before Trump ever gets in office. So, take that for what it's worth moving forward as this goes on. This is End of the Road News. Taylor Taranto, signing out.